Hello, my name is Ayman. I'm 31 years old. I work as an engineer and I live in Paris, in France. I first was introduced to ayahuasca through YouTube and then through conversations I've had with friends discussing that type of content. And then my interest was specifically piqued when I encountered, during my travels, someone who had participated in a ceremony and who shared their feedback with me. Um, I was very interested in this topic when I learned especially about its therapeutic effects and how it can help people deal with a lot of issues, from anxiety to depression to addiction to things like that, because I have my own struggles with all of those. And so I was quite interested in this topic for about a year. I ended up making the decision to go for it and make the trip to the land from which it originated, which is here in Peru, and to go through this experience. So I started looking for centers and places where I could have that experience. And I spent quite a few days, quite a bit of time um, going through review sites and internet forums and so on, just looking for the perfect location. And that's how I found Nimiakaya. I've heard nothing but good things about this place, from the setup to the people to everything. And so I decided to book and to come here in this month of August. Um, it was the logistics of it were flawless, from the pickup at the airport in Pucallpa to the setup in the lovely center. Um, The facilitators were absolutely adorable, super nice to us the whole time, and always ready to help with anything. Um, the location is absolutely gorgeous, with animals going around to playing with us and things like that. Um, and yeah, I did the 9 day retreat, which includes 4 ceremonies. The way the ceremonies went for me were different for each time. From the very first one, I had experienced um, like a brief episode where I was able to have another perspective at my life and at the things that matter to me and at everything going on. And it just removed a lot of the anxiety I was carrying and gave me a lot of clarity regarding many things. And that was just the first one. That's the introduction. So that already did a lot of work. Um, I think the second one for me was a bit more mystical. With like I experienced a uh, had a mystical experience where with visions and entities and so on. Uh, and the third one was probably the most powerful for me because I felt what you know is often described as a dissolution of the ego, which is can be quite scary to experience, but it's also very therapeutic because it allowed me to feel an absolute communion with Mother Earth and with the nature, and it allowed me to be honest with myself about my trauma, um, because I was in denial about it. I didn't like the idea of saying that I had any, and so I was basically denying it, and the medicine allowed me to say, you know, it's okay if you have it. It does not mean that you're weak. The fact that you got over it means that you're strong. And that was just a very powerful breakthrough for me. It absolutely changed my outlook on things, on life, and I felt even more cleansed of all the things that were weighing me down. Um, and I think that was just an amazing experience. And the fourth ceremony was the last one. It was also a great experience. It was just a very musical experience with just feeling entranced by the singing and the icaros of the shamans, and it was absolutely delightful. It was a great way to close off the festivities, so to speak. The throughout the ceremonies, the facilitators were absolutely on point with what they were doing. They're always available to help people who needed anything during when they were under the medicine. The shamans, or should I say the shipibo curanderos, um, were also absolutely great. They are delightful and full of joy and very benevolent, and their work has been just absolutely amazing. Um, so yeah, I had it was one of the best experiences of my life, this retreat at Mimiakaya, and I would r absolutely recommend it to anyone who's interested in having a mystical experience or having a therapeutic experience to especially deal with things like addiction. And I'm not necessarily talking about something strong like opiates. It could be something as simple as cigarettes or junk food or something else. Going through the medicine makes you gives you newfound respect for your body, and you become much more reluctant to poison it, basically. And I think that's an absolutely wonderful thing. And yeah, and of course, there's the therapeutic aspect for people who have gone through difficult moments, and whether they admit it or not, it's still affecting their soul and their ability to live life in a joyous and productive and loving manner. And yeah, I just feel a lot of gratitude toward the team. Thank you, everyone. And, thank you, Jill. And yeah, it's been a pleasure to be here.